Welcome, welcome. We are getting a message coming through here about relationship transformation. My name is Sophia. Wonderful to connect with you here. And yes, this is specifically for people who have experienced like the ending of a relationship, the beginning of a new one, or there's been an ending and you're welcoming in someone new. So that's just specifically for this group of people. So trust your intuition if you're feeling called in here. We have like a complete transformation here. So the first card coming through is the death card, and it's showing like the first thing I hear when like looking at this card is like eye of the tornado, where everything is like spinning around and there's this point of stillness and calm within the center. And this is showing me like that there's a lot of things falling away, many things dying and releasing from life. We have the horses coming through as well, like this motion, this speed, but at the same time, like maybe that it's like your outer world is transforming so quickly with the speed and possibly where you're living, your friends, your job, even like everything transforming with this change. But there's a sense of peace and calm that can be felt within the heart, within the central line of the body. It's like, like possibly even though it's challenging to go through that kind of death and rebirth, there's an inner feeling of like that it's the best thing that could have happened for you to be able to move through that, to be able to go into another kind of reality. And so we see a confirmation here with the Eight of Cups and the Devil card coming through, that like walking away from toxic patterns. And this is not a judgment in any way of like the person that you were with in the past. It's just a sense of like relationships happen for all kinds of reasons. And this particular relationship was a learning relationship to go through a lot of repairs is what I'm hearing. Repairs from the traumas of the past and a lot of the difficulty that was passed on by parents, by generational trauma, ancestral trauma, which has created, like it created in the past, a significant confusion about how to be in a healthy relationship, how to communicate with each other, respect each other, support each other, love each other. Like all of this with this death and rebirth, I'm sensing into this as like there's a higher wisdom, like your soul knows this information, like what resonates with a healthy relationship and what doesn't. And this has been about purging all of the things that do not. And so I'm sensing into here for this collective that it's like your soul has the frequency of knowing what a healthy relationship feels like. And at the same time, you were born into a particular family in this lifetime, and that gifted you this physical body. And in this physical body, there were different devil energies, heavy frequencies, patterns, because all of the experiences that each ancestor had is then culminated in your physical body, and then that creates experiences. And it might have been confusing in a sense as well, like, why have I attracted all of these crazy experiences or different kinds of relationships? But it's like that frequency of the body is what was calling them in. And so we see Eight of Cups walking away from that, clearing it. And then Page of Sword, I hear with this like telling a new story. And from this whole transformation, I mean, this is such powerful energy. You might even feel called to share your story of what happened, of how you made it through this, of the insights that you've received to help other partners, to help other families, to help people in general. I mean, because this is something that influences so many levels of life. Like with the Page of Swords, I'm sensing into that, like writing, communicating, just sharing it. So possibly, yeah, your higher self or the universe might be sending you some signs and synchronicities at this stage, some conversations with people and things like that to start communicating and start sharing about your story. It's not always easy, at every stage in a journey to share, but it feels like at this stage with the death and rebirth, Eight of Cups, like walking away, it could be coming to a time to share, or possibly you're starting to share already. Obviously, trust your intuition on if you feel called to do that or when you feel called to do that. And then we see this complete transformation of the energy here. So then the Page of Cups is coming through with the Sun. So we're seeing like an offer coming in, something super bright, happy, and shining here with the Sun card. And this particular Sun card, like, makes me laugh like a lot, because it's like she's just so happy with the beating of the bell. You know, it's kind of almost like the end of a marathon, this victory moment of like, finally, good energy. And with the Sun, this can come into the masculine, you know, having a positive relationship with masculine energy within yourself, and then that being reflected in the world around you with friendships and partnerships. You know, it doesn't have to be the masculine energy is relating to a man, the masculine energy in a woman as well. Like for men tuning in, that there could have been difficulty with women's masculine energy. And then there's a healing of the toxicity of that within yourself. And then you start to see a more positive and uplifting perspective in the people around you here with this Sun. So I just feel like finally is the word that keeps like ringing with it's like you finally it's happening. And there's like this peace and serenity with it as well, of just, this is how it was destined to be, you know, for you, for your soul. Like you were destined to reach this point of healing, of awareness, of happiness. And the Page of Cups specifically is showing me here, this can speak about an offer coming in, with the shell and the noise coming from the shell here. This gives me this, yeah, this offer coming in, like some type of message. What I see here as I look at it as well is that someone kind of sending out a signal here and then someone receiving it. So for people who have not met the partner that they feel connected with, or they're manifesting a new partner, this is giving me that sense of like you're connected. And they're sending out messages to you, you're sending out messages to them. Like the water and the fire are already communicating and connecting, and there's already this sense and feeling of celebration. Like it just fills me with such a joyous energy as I channel it, because it's like, yay, like we both made it. Like, you know, you've both made it because you've both walked similar paths of walking away from toxicity in relationships and experiences. Like, I mean, it's been a tough path for both of you, like going through deaths and rebirths. It just causes so much chaos, you know, in life, and you've both made it through. And I sense a celebration here. And then we get the Tower and the Two of Cups. So we get this like surprising energy. I see this just like, there's just so many interesting messages in this. Like I see the Tower and the Two of Cups coming in here as like night and day. You know, there's this energy of things falling apart, separation, divorce, chaos, fighting, like all of this heaviness in the Tower. And then we see this like Two of Cups, which is like the sun rising, peaceful energy, equality, seeing each other as equals, like not competing with each other. You know, it's like, I know myself, I know how to fill my cup, you know how to fill your cup. You both know how to take care of your own self, and then you come together as two full cups to share, to because you enjoy, like you want to create life together and synergize. It's a super spiritual, high vibrational partnership. Coming from a very different type of frequency here. I also get this additional message with these two coming together that it's like surprising, you know, it's really like meeting this person when you least expect it in a way. Like they might just, you know, you're taking a walk or something and they just like pop up and they start chatting with you and you have a coffee, and like you just kind of really meet them so unexpectedly, and it's like so wild. Like the Tower energy is strong. So it's like, of course, once you meet them, then like your whole life changes. And you might not even know that, of course, like in the moment when you meet them, it's like you just met this person. But then looking back on it, like when you look back on it, you'd be like, wow, okay, like everything changed from that point in my life, and it was like completely different. So I kind of like that. It's like unexpected. You just kind of get it when it's aligned and when it's good for you. So let's get any final messages here that want to come through to close out this reading. Oh, gorgeous. So underneath the deck, we have the Ten of Wands. So see this as a confirmation of coming to the end of a cycle. And with this particular 10 of Wands, it's interesting to me because it's different in each deck. This particular 10 of Wands, he's not like burdened by the past weight. Sometimes it's like someone carrying a bunch of sticks up a hill and they're like tired from the journey. But this one, he's like coming to the end of the journey and feeling quite like harmonious and good and like, so this gives me this feeling that like as you come to this transitional point, you're not being dragged across the finish line of this healing journey, this spiritual journey. And you're just exhausted. You're kind of like you've kept your cool. You've been through a challenging time here. The 10 of Wands like speaks about a lot of overcoming of fears and using your fire to build your strength and your confidence. And I just feel like this is a confirmation, like you've done super, super well. And you've come through it, and it's kind of like, not that you didn't break a sweat, but kind of people look at you and it looks like you didn't break a sweat. You made it look easy, is how it's going through there. Okay, so final messages coming through here. We have the King of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. Okay. So for some people, this could be coming through some type of collaboration with your work, that you meet someone that wants to co-create on a project with you, or they want to collaborate in a business project. Some type of way, like you do something physical together, on a piece of land or with finances. And what I get a sense here is just kind of like with this particular imagery is like coming together because like you just appreciate and enjoy similar things. And that if you come together, that you will be able to grow and to prosper more. And there could also be, with it being 3 here, there could be multiple people, more people than just the partner that you're manifesting involved in this. And of course, if this has already happened, this is confirmation of that as well. And so King of Wands with Queen of Pentacles, super nice energy coming through here. We have like the 10 of Wands to the King of Wands. So I feel in a sense of that, it's like you being like your masculine energy, really having a moment of being crowned or like being just recognized for the healing, the transformation. I'm sensing into this for some people, like your male ancestors, like really respect you and honor you for all that you have purged and cleared and healed, like in the masculine energy of your lineage. And yeah, you have a tremendous amount of respect for them. And moving forward in your life, like from this death and rebirth, it's like those old patterns, those old traumas, that old pain, it's gone. Like it's not repeating itself. Like you have created with this king, it's like really putting that line in the sand. And because of your discipline, your focus, like just the different way in which your masculine energy now expresses, that old energy was not going to repeat in your life, with that King of Wands. And the Queen of Pentacles, this is such a gorgeous card I read this as putting your mark somewhere. And with the pentacle being painted on the earth, this gives me this feeling of like finding your home and being able to really put your mark on it. So if you've been manifesting like a physical location for your work or a physical location to live or both, it's like finding that place and really being able to plan long term here with the Queen of Pentacles. It's that like stable energy. So if you wanted to like grow a garden or do some building, some construction, it's like you get to have this long-term vision where it is that you're going. And I feel like in alignment, of course, like with this Two of Cups energy, like the person that you are aligning with, they have a similar vision, they support you with that, you support them with their, with their dreams and their desires. And it's like, it is manifesting into something very physical. And I'm sensing that that's like feels nourishing and beautiful and calm, with this being the Queen energy as well. It's like a place where flowers grow and it's just peaceful. And it feels important here as well with this. It's like you get to make your mark here. So this could mean that you own the land, you have a sense of leadership within this project that you're doing, this collaboration. It's because in other times with this tower, it could have felt like you were like starting in different living spaces or projects and things like that, and then you weren't really sure if it was going to last or if the foundation was going to fall apart. And we see here that is healed, and it's like you can really feel safe grounding and building a foundation in this place. Such a gorgeous love reading here for partnership. Very, very magical. And yes, if you like this reading, you want to claim it, like it, and comment down below. It's always wonderful to hear your stories. Welcome to all new subscribers here who are joining this community. Amazing to connect with you. Wonderful. Sending you an abundance of love and light.